Hey, did you know there's a McDonald's on every continent except Antarctica?
That's crazy.
You never really thought about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Every continent but Antarctica.
Man, that's crazy.
That's your way of telling me to shut up and move on?
Yes, it is.
Say that's crazy twice?
That's the new thing. If you're telling me a story and I say that's crazy 2 times, it's time to land the plane.
Now I know.
Just
You
you know you've been in a situation with somebody, they just keep going on, and you start throwing filler stuff out there like, "That's crazy," or, "Wow,
Man,
man, like,
gee,
that's oof, that's something else."
it's time
Yeah,
to move on, buddy.
that's wild. Like
Take the social cue.
at that point, I'm not listening to anything you're saying
I don't know
anymore.
what your last sentence was.
I'm daydreaming.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh, goodness. All right. Moving on.
Let's have a drink here, man. Come on.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, something I wanted to talk about today is talk a little bit about kids. I know
Mhm.
we've talked about things here and there in the past, but something I kind of saw happen over the weekend, I wanted to open up for comments or questions, concerns, midlife playbook podcast at gmail.com. What are your thoughts? So, party over the weekend, 4th of July party,
Right.
kind of adults only. Nobody had their
Mhm.
kids. One family did, 15-year-old. Um, said 15-year-old was drinking adult beverages.
That's crazy.
It's time to move on. No, that was just
No, that
one.
was just one.
That's just a warning shot.
That's
At least I
a
got to
warning
speed it
shot.
up.
Right.
There's a flare over the boat.
Right.
But 15 years old,
Mhm.
drinking adult beverages with parents there. More
Yep.
than one. I will just say more than one.
Okay. Now, well, just give us a little kind of more
Yeah.
than 1 or less than
More
5?
more than 5, less than 7.
Ah, okay.
At least.
We're dialed in.
At least.
We're dialed in here. At 15?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So how old were you when you started drinking? Do you remember?
18.
I was 16.
Mhm. I
So,
grew up in a family that didn't drink, though,
okay.
so it was very new to
So
me
maybe a little
senior year.
different.
Yep,
A little
very new
different.
to me.
I was 16, maybe 17. I don't remember exactly,
Mhm.
but it was Miller Lite. Not me. I'm talking about at the party.
Right.
So, Miller Lite's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
To be able to drink more than 5, less than 7 in one evening wasn't your first time.
No, not at all.
Right. So my thought immediately in that moment was, man, that's too much. But at the same time, like my kid wants to have one beer. I'd rather him do it in front of me when he's underage.
And that is not only is that a slippery slope,
It's very slippery
it's also just it's a fine
because
line,
they're going
man.
to do it either way.
Mhm.
So as a parent, the conversation is, do you want them to do it in front of you so you can maybe educate and learn, or go behind your back and you don't know what's happening? And then who knows what he gets into?
Right. It's so crazy too because they're gonna do it behind your back regardless.
Yes.
That's going to happen.
Yes.
And is the amount that you're going to educate while drinking with your child going to be enough to help them make good decision?
Well, so I will say this, the thought of that if you allow your kid to drink that much in front of you, are you opening up some kind of window and trust in their mind? Now
Yeah.
they can trust you to have that conversation with you about drinking,
That's a really good point. I never thought about that.
but it's still too many at 15.
Yeah, you gotta put some
Right,
borders, some
right.
guidelines there.
It's too many at 15.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you completely shut down that with your kid and say, nope, you're not drinking, now they're going to do it behind your back. And now
Mhm.
that's when bad stuff's really going to happen because they don't feel comfortable talking to you about it
Right. And they have so if
because
instead
they have
of
fear they're going to get in trouble.
right. So instead of making the good decision of calling you
Right.
to come pick them
Right.
up because 'cause they've had too much, maybe they're
Now
gonna
what are they
chance it.
doing? Right.
They might chance it.
Right. So it's very slippery slope because you want that trust. You want your kid to feel comfortable and saying, Dad, I'm in a spot. I got to this party. I've had way too much to drink. You need to come get me
Yeah.
without fear of repercussions.
Yeah. That is the kind of trust you gotta instill in your kid. Even if you don't drink around them, let's say you
Right.
don't drink, but you know your kid drinks, just
Right.
you gotta tell your kids, listen, I was your age once.
Yep.
I know what goes
Yeah.
on. You gotta believe that telling me the truth is better than lying to me,
Yep.
and calling me at 4 AM to come get you is
Yeah.
better than getting behind the wheel of a car. You've
100%.
gotta have that conversation.
And they have to know they can do it and not really get in trouble, so to speak. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna have a conversation with them about it,
Yeah.
but they need to be able to do it because I drink in front of my kids. Drank in front of my kids.
Yeah.
They know I've had my son go get me a beer out of the fridge,
Same.
right?
Oop. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need that open communication with him. I felt like it was too much, but at the same time, the kid wasn't showing it. Like he wasn't drunk.
So this ain't his first
Not his
rodeo.
first rodeo at all.
Yeah.
He's 15.
But that's what's scary.
Yeah,
Like, there
so it's like, when did it really start?
yeah.
Because you ain't cracking open a Miller Lite on your first night ever in your life of drinking and putting away
It
house in a
tastes like
six-pack.
ass water.
All of them do. To a
Yeah.
new drinker, there is nothing that tastes good.
No.
To somebody that's never
Vodka
drank,
cranberry maybe is all you can
if
get
you
away with.
dilute it enough
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, so some mixed drinks, yes, but there is not a beer
Mm-mm.
that your first time drinking, you're cracking, like, "Oh, man, that was great.
That's delicious.
I can
Yeah.
put 5 more down right now, no problem."
Right.
Not happening.
I still remember how horrible my grandfather's
Oh, yeah.
Budweiser tasted
Yeah.
when I was, like,
Yeah.
8, and I grabbed it. I was like,
Yeah.
What do you drink? This is awful."
I let my son have a drink of my Bud Light once
Mhm.
just to taste it, and he about threw up after one taste.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how are you able to drink that?"
Beer tastes awful.
Right.
We've
It
just
does.
grown
It does.
acquired to it.
So do you let your kid do that, do you think?
Not that many. No.
Not that many, but how many is like 1?
Maybe if we space it out over a few hours, maybe you can have 3, or I would say
Maybe.
even what's the age you start to allow them? Because think about this, in Europe, kids drink wine
Yeah.
at dinner.
Yeah. When they're
And
young.
and everyone thinks like, "No, that's just a myth." No, I've been to Europe enough. I see
Yeah.
it. I live it.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. And
Normal to them.
the wine over there is a little different. It
Okay.
doesn't contain all the bullshit and the sulfites and the stuff that gives you a hangover, and it kinda doesn't get you drunk.
Not as strong.
It's I don't even know if it's not even that it's not as strong, it's just it doesn't have just junk in it that gets you all wasted.
Yeah, because wine here will put you on your butt
Yeah. I've put down
quickly.
carafes of wine over there and
Yeah.
fine, totally fine,
But it's
and no
part of their
hangover.
culture too. Letting your kids have a glass of wine is what they do.
Yeah. So when they get to the drinking age of 18 over there, I think it's 18 over there,
I don't
maybe,
know.
or who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe it's 21, I don't know.
Right.
You're not trying to rage.
Right.
Because you've been forbidden all these
Right.
years. So
So
you kinda wanna warm them up to it.
I remember going to parties at 17 years old in high school at a friend of mine's house, same age.
Mhm.
His parents lived kind of out in a rural area. They had a couple acres of land. The neighbors are not right next door.
Yeah.
Like you're riding your bike to get to the neighbors. And his parents would let us have parties there. Go in the
Mhm.
backyard, light a bonfire. They didn't care how much we drank.
Right.
Their stipulation was when you walk in my house, you give me your keys.
Yeah. I've same. Same.
You put your
growing
keys
up
in this bowl.
Yeah.
They took the keys, so nobody even knew where their keys were.
Mhm.
So one of two things was happening when the party was over. You were staying there or you were calling your parents.
And that's responsible.
But it was still a bunch of 17-year-olds drinking way, way too much.
Yeah.
But parent was like, "Get after it, but you ain't leaving."
Right. Because if you don't get after it here, you're gonna go get after it
Right.
somewhere else
But it was too much.
where there won't be any adults.
Right.
And
Now, they did not supply the liquor. We got it however we got it.
Mhm.
They didn't supply it. They supplied a safe place to enjoy it out in the backyard, summertime, whatever, bonfire.
Yeah.
But was it oh, man, right?
It's a fine
And we would go there every weekend because once it was like they're cool with it, we went out there every weekend.
but you were gonna do that anyway, right?
So we were gonna do it anyway. We just found a place where we didn't have to worry about going anywhere
A
afterwards.
safe place.
Right.
Yeah.
And the parents were I don't know if they were I think they were cool with just knowing that they were controlling where we all were,
That the kids were safe. Right.
that the kids were safe at the end of the night. I mean, we would just pass out in the yard and you just wake up when you wake up.
Yeah. And now to play devil's advocate, because I can see some parents who would be
Oh, yeah.
totally against that
Oh, yeah.
would say,
Yep.
"Oh, now you're just enabling that."
Yeah.
to do whatever they wanna do.
Yes. Are you enabling them to do it, or are you enabling them to do it safely? Kids are gonna do it either way.
Yeah,
Either way, it's happening. They wanna drink, they're gonna drink.
bro.
So are you enabling them to do it, or are you just providing a safe I don't think this happens anymore today. I don't know. I haven't heard of it
Uh,
happening today.
I think it probably
Like,
does.
maybe it does, but
Yeah.
when I tell you there would be 30 of us over there,
Mhm.
just cars everywhere, right? Nobody left till the next morning,
Right.
or they called their parents,
Yep.
and I don't think anybody ever did that. I think it was we just left, and even,
No, it's
like,
fun. Sleep
some of the
over, wake up in the
parents
morning.
knew that this house existed.
Mhm.
So I think even some of the kids' parents knew that, Johnny's dad is okay with it, and they were like, "Alright, just stay there then."
Right. No, and I don't know if you can equate this same situation, but like I said, I grew up in a household that didn't drink.
Right.
But when I started drinking, I would
Mhm.
call my dad at, you know, and I was in the service industry too.
Yeah.
And I took a semester off from school, moved back home. I was probably 21, 22. And I would call and I'd say, "Hey, I'm over at my buddy's house and I can't drive."
Mhm. What was his response?
Yeah, I know my dad,
Uh,
but, God rest his soul. I could just see him. He would just probably put if you're on YouTube, you can see this,
yeah.
but he just probably would put his head down and just say,
Where at?
"Just just all right. Just I'm glad you're safe."
Did you ever get in trouble?
Nope, never got in
Right.
trouble.
So you felt comfortable enough to call him
Mhm.
knowing you were doing something you weren't supposed to be doing because you
Yep,
weren't of drinking age yet,
right.
but
Well,
you
no, I
felt
was,
that
I was.
Oh, you were over 21?
I was over 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
So
over
that's better.
21, but and I was an adult, but I was still I'm living in your house. I gotta
Right.
abide by your
Right.
rules.
But he came and
But
got you with no
no, he wouldn't come and get me. He would just say, "Stay where you are."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just
Okay.
like 'cause I would tell him, I'm like, I'm not driving home." And
Right.
he's not getting up to come get me.
Sure.
I was in a
Sure.
safe spot, so,
I
you
think
know, uh,
yeah,
what do you
so
do?
right, so wrapping this one up, I think, I would definitely want my kids to feel like they could have this conversation with me. I would have no problem letting them have a drink, maybe 2 in front of us at a party if they're 16 years old and we're in the
Mhm.
backyard hanging out, whatever, 1 or 2.
Right. We've let kids that like to have a good time, slip one past us,
Yeah.
but, you know,
But yeah,
we
because
have our guardrails.
right. Well, again, it all comes back to that it's gonna happen either way. You just want them to be comfortable. At 17 years old, call you up at 3 in the morning and say, "Dad, I messed up. Had too much to drink. I need you to come get me."
Yeah.
And be completely comfortable in that space knowing that you're not gonna, light them up too bad.
Okay. So bringing it home,
Yeah,
right? If you are listening to this right now, what would you say to the guy or girl who's
right,
like, "I'm dealing with this exact situation." What's the
right.
best piece of advice you could give them?
I think the best piece of advice, control what you can control. You
Mhm.
can't they're gonna do it whether you know about it or not. So maybe have the conversation, maybe let them have a drink in front of you or 2, and then that first time they actually do call you, you gotta not chew them out.
Yeah.
You got them because you want them coming home safe, ultimately, the rest doesn't matter.
Yeah,
The
and
drinking doesn't matter, you want them home safe.
I think you're nailing it, and I'll wrap that whole thing up with one word: communicate.
Yep,
Communicate with your
yep,
kids, let them know what your expectations are as far as being safe,
right,
getting behind the wheel, not
right,
getting behind the wheel, calling me no matter what time it is,
right,
and just setting clear expectations.
yeah,
Have the conversation. If you don't have the conversation, then
yeah,
you're
nothing
then you're
good's
you're
gonna
flying
happen.
blind.
Nothing's good's gonna happen.
Flying blind.
That's crazy,
That is crazy.
that's crazy.
So, moving on.
Time to move on. Got a couple minutes to touch on something else. Uh, Getting back with your ex, and what I mean by is
There ain't an ice cube's chance in hell.
well, so let's say you're married for 20 years, met your wife young,
Yeah.
married for 20 years, maybe you got married around 20, 21 years old.
Mhm.
Get divorced about 42.
Yeah.
Got 3 kids together, the oldest is in his 20s, the other 2 are just whatever, normal kids. Wife decides she wants to leave you for a few reasons. right? So you get divorced, you go through all this, divorce is final, you live in separate. A year later, she's knocking on your door.
Hmm.
Grass wasn't greener,
No.
right?
Mm-mm.
For whatever reason, the grass wasn't greener. Where does your mind go? You're in a spot in your personal life where you're kind of not all the way over it because 20 years is hard to get past, especially when you have kids together.
Yeah.
You're seeing her a lot. You're talking, whatever. You're forced communication with her because of it,
Why'd she leave?
right? Is the problem that you left me for fixed magically in the last year?
Not even maybe she didn't leave you for a problem. Maybe
You're
she
right.
left you because she's a selfish cunt.
Maybe.
You never know.
Wow.
Yep, I went there. So, just answer my question.
Let's say it wasn't an infidelity thing. Let's
Okay.
just say it was the we're growing apart.
Oh, that's the weakest of weak. That's shit's weak as
I know,
hell.
but people do it.
I know, they do it all the time.
Right. So we're growing apart.
That was the same bullshit excuse
I
that
know.
my parents gave me.
Yeah.
"Oh, we're growing apart." Well, grow back the fuck together.
Right. So a year later, so it's her idea, not yours. You're like, whatever, you do whatever you do, but ends up getting in divorce, ends in divorced.
Mhm.
You're in your own home now. You're doing the whole, shared parenting, whatever you're doing with the kids, forced communication. A year later, she comes knocking on the door. I was wrong, Naeem. I want to get back together.
My first question would be why?
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. You get to a point where
You have to ask her, like, well, are the reasons that you left me, are they fixed?
yeah,
Or you thought his grass was greener on the other side, and guess what? It ain't.
right. But so I'm gonna go all the way back to the marriage.
Okay.
The wedding day.
Yeah.
You took a damn vow
Right.
that were better or worse,
Yeah.
sickness and health, rich or
Right.
poor, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Before God,
Yeah.
that no matter what, you are going to make this work. I
Yep.
don't want to sound hypocritical, especially because I've been divorced.
Well, we've both been through this.
Right. But when you're going to as long as you honor that commitment,
Yeah.
and you still end up getting divorced,
Yeah.
and it obviously wasn't your fault, then
Yeah.
you got to go through with it
Right.
and hopefully end up better on the other side, which is what happened in both of our cases.
Absolutely.
So I would just say, if you could just walk out on me like that,
Yeah.
why in the hell?
So let me add this to the story. You haven't dated anybody in this whole time.
Mhm.
You haven't been with a woman at all, at
Okay.
all, at all
Yep.
in this whole time for a year. And here she's knocking on your door and you got 20 years of history with her.
Mm. Am I backed up?
Yeah. It's been a year. I mean, you're doing
Oof.
what you do, right? But you haven't been with a woman since her
Maybe
for
I
a
would
year.
say, let's get back together just to maybe get a little relief
Interesting.
and then kick her
The
out the door.
feelings, you think, I mean, the feelings are coming back though.
Are they?
I don't know.
I
What if
really
it,
need
what
to
if
know
it was,
why. I need to know why she left.
what if it was 3 months later after your divorce and she says, it was a mistake on she completely owns it. I should have
Mhm.
never said we were growing apart. I was feeling a certain way. I was doing whatever. Who knows? It doesn't matter. She owns the mistake. She owns that it was a bad idea. 3 months later. So this is fresh still.
Yeah.
Does that change your answer?
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Of course it does. Yeah. If it's not a situation of infidelity,
No infidelity. None of
yeah.
that.
If it, you know what? My sister gave me this example at one point. She said, "You know what? They're just throwing a tantrum. It's just a grown-up ass tantrum,
Maybe. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
instead of it lasting 5 minutes like a toddler, it's
Right.
just lasted a couple months,
Right.
maybe a year,
Yeah.
and they're over it now. They're
Yeah.
done throwing their tantrum."
Right. And they want
So,
their toys back.
depending on how much you have on the line, you've
Yeah.
got kids, you've
Mhm.
got assets together.
Yep.
Yeah, you find a way to make that work because remember, you
Even
also
even a year later though?
well, you said 3
Well,
months.
3
This is
months,
a
yes.
3-month
Yeah,
example.
okay, yeah, 3 months
A
example.
year later, it depends, man. Because if I don't know, a lot of it depends on what you have at stake.
I will tell you personally, so mine both of ours ended in infidelity.
Mhm.
So mine was like a hard no. I don't care if it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
Yep.
Right. So for me, it was a hard no.
Yeah.
And it would be a year later. It would be 5 years later. It would be the rest of eternity.
Right.
Hard no.
Yep.
because of infidelity.
Yeah. Same here.
Now,
Same here.
granted, we
And
are
if
both way better off now.
well, and that's where I'm going is
Yeah.
like, you know, if she had come back to me a year later and was like, "You know what? I totally own it, this and that," as much as I wanted to raise, kids under the same roof and all
Yeah.
that, I more just wanted my family together.
Yeah.
It wasn't about
Yeah.
her. I wanted my family to all be together.
We've talked about that, staying together for the sake of the kids.
Yeah, yeah. And but here's what happened in that year.
Yeah.
I met somebody who showed me how a woman and a man
Sure.
are supposed to
Sure.
interact.
Yeah.
And how you're supposed to have each
Yep.
other's back.
Mhm.
And I got a taste of what I've always wanted,
So the grass
but I didn't
was
even know that I was missing
right, and the grass was greener for us.
for us
We didn't know it.
for dude, I had AstroTurf before this.
Right. That rocks. I had no grass.
I had Georgia
Just
red clay.
dirt. Just dirt. No grass.
No grass at all.
It's just
fucking-
dirt. There's puddles and mud.
Right. Right.
But I think
The Orkin man wouldn't even come spray it.
Right.
He's just like, dude, it's not worth it. You
It's
just need
you're
to,
done.
you need to
There's-
just rip this
there's
up.
nothing here.
and
take a
just
bulldozer to
lay
it.
some sod. Now I came in, dude. I got a nice tall fescue, watering it.
But my previous marriage was not 20 years.
Yeah.
So 20 years with somebody. I guess the
Some time.
ultimate question is how quickly do you forget those feelings?
20 years is tough. And it depends on how those 20 years went. I mean, toward the end, were you just roommates?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let's say yes. Let's say the last year you were kind of in the roommate phase, which everybody
Yeah.
goes through after a period of time.
I think without a lot of context, I think we would both have to give each other hypothetical situations
yeah.
to
That's all it
kind of,
is.
with
Yeah.
some context there to kind of say, yes, in this situation I
Yeah.
would, but in this situation, no, I would not.
I think ultimately, if you're in that situation, you're presented with this problem, you have to look past the feeling you're having in that moment as she's talking to you.
Right.
Because you've just spent a whole year by doing your own thing, works, kids, kind of moved on with your life.
Mhm.
You're in the mid 40s now. Like,
And remember the bad shit.
remember the bad stuff.
Everyone always wants to reminisce about the good stuff.
Remember how you felt the day she said, "We're just drifting apart. I think we should get a divorce."
Yeah.
Remember that day.
Yeah.
Because if it happened once, is it going to happen again?
Right.
No. What's the success rate of people that divorce each other, then get remarried later?
That's a good stat.
I don't know.
Hey.
Right?
All right,
Oh,
here, hold on. I
you'll
just
be able
want
to
to
do
try
that real
real
quick?
fast.
I don't think it's going to be able to quick enough.
Fill some time. Fill some time.
Fill some time. Fill some time.
Tell me a joke or something.
I don't have any good jokes.
What is the percentage of couples who divorce and get remarried?
It's got to be, I want to say 20%, 25%.
Wow.
Oh, more.
Holy moly. The percentage of divorced individuals who get remarried is significant.
To each other.
Yeah.
Remarried to each other?
Oh, well,
Yeah, I don't know. We
Nah.
can look that up.
yeah, men are more likely to remarry than okay,
Right.
this is just people who remarry.
Remarry in general,
We would
not
have
back
to
to
remarry
each
the same
other.
person, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're not going to get that today.
Nah,
Maybe we'll
we'll
remember
give it
that
to you
for
on
another day.
another
We need to
one.
land this plane.
Land or look it up yourself.
I want to look it up. You've got
Not
the
you.
Android.
I'm talking to the
not
people
me.
listening.
Oh, yeah. Look it up yourself. Let us know.
Right.
We're going to land this plane. It's
That's
another
crazy.
episode, man. That is crazy.
It is. And we forgot to say our last episode was 40.
It was 40.
This is 41.
This is 41.
Look at us. Still
Man,
going.
6 months.
Yeah.
Just a little disclaimer. Our episodes will probably be a little farther spread out during the summer.
Yeah.
But once winter hits again, we'll do 17 a week.
Oh, heck yeah. You're going to get sick of us in the wintertime. But summer, just
Bear
just
with
know
us.
that we're at our pools hanging out.
All right. Thanks for listening. Another episode of Midlife Playbook. As always, I'm Matt here with Naeem.
I'll see you guys.
See ya.